Hey everyone, welcome to Princess of Gay. I'm your host Connie, and today we are here with my blind reaction to One Piece episodes 1055 to 1057. Yes, we're back. I did not actually mean for this break here. For a few weeks break from One Piece. That was completely unintentional. When we did Film Red and the Film Red tie-in episodes, I One Pieced myself out for a little bit. And it was something I was not expecting. It was something that I was just not like prepared for, really. It's just okay, so I wasn't going to do any more One Piece that week. Fine, whatever. But I also just did not have the motivation to get to it the next week or the week after. And so it's like I finally have to get to it. We have 3 episodes saved up now. And it's entirely my fault. I own up to that. But not much has been, like, really happening to get me super hyped over the episodes lately as well. This is one of those few points I will actually agree with the detractors on about it being a little slow. It's starting to slow down quite a bit, and like we're getting into the main big shit about to happen, like the really big climaxes of these fights, and that's I understand why they're slowing it down a bit, like Toei and everything, because they want the manga to get a little further ahead and everything. That's fine. But this is one of the only times where it's actually felt like it's slowed down. Like, even in other arcs, when it's done stuff like this, it never felt like that. It still felt like it was still properly paced. And this is wild to me because this is my favorite arc and I still stand by that. But without question, this is like one of the only moments in the series where it feels like this. And it's just like very little seems to be happening. Like, yeah, Killer took out Basil Hawkins and everything, but all these other fights are just continuing on without much of anything happening. Lawn Kid taking on Big Mom, Zoro taking on King, Sanji taking on Queen, Luffy and Kaido. Like, all these fights, like, not really much has happened for quite a while. On top of that, we have other stuff going on that just isn't being touched on as much right now. Such as Yamato and Momo's plan. It's just... It's not even that it's disappointing, it's just... I want something to happen, you know? I want something to actually happen here. Again, I know why they're doing this, I completely understand. But it's like, we're in the big, like, final section of this arc. We should not be having a slowdown like this. We should not be doing this at this point. And this is mostly on Toei. This isn't an issue with the source material or anything. It's Toei. Things are being stretched out too far. It's like there's a lot of content still to put in. I understand that that they have to, again, stretch things out to some degree. But this is a little ridiculous, if I'm being at all honest. But hopefully we'll start to get back into the swing of things. We have 3 episodes here, so hopefully something happens in them. But yeah, this should be interesting, and I want to make it clear that I'm not like exactly losing interest in the series. It's just I want excitement. I want something to happen. That's all. It's not that much to ask. Excuse me. Or at least it shouldn't be. But yeah, so we have 3 episodes. We should probably just get on with them. Hopefully something actually happens this time. And we'll kind of go from there. But let's just do that. Sorry if I seem a little out of it. I am still a little tired. This is the first thing I'm recording after waking up. See that as you will. But when the screen fades to black, pause this redirect and go to the description below. Follow the link to the reaction, and after you watch it, come back here to the redirect and resume play. Because after it fades to black and then fades back in, everything from that point forward will be my afterthoughts. And will contain spoilers to the episodes. So, that being said, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you at the reaction. And we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. So, this was an interesting set. We do seem to actually be moving forward with things, even though like the fight between Luffy and Kaido was barely shown. Other things are moving forward. The fight between Law and Kid and Big Mom. Yamato is continuing to head down. We got some stuff with Apoo and Drake for some reason. And unfortunately, Orochi and Kanjuro just won't fucking die. But Kinemon and Kiku are still alive, which we kind of knew. But we see that Kinemon survived being cut in half because apparently he was never reattached correctly in the first place. Back after Law had cut him to pieces at the beginning of Punk Hazard and everything. Well, technically, pre-Punk Hazard. But yeah, so we see his lower half was running around looking for allies and, well, found them, so that's going to help. It was interesting. We have Zoro and Sanji continuing their fight. Sanji continuing to stress over whether or not he's going to turn into someone like his family, and even accidentally attacking an innocent geisha who just wanted help, and scaring the ever-loving shit out of her, which again is completely a fair reaction. She had every right to be scared of him. She had and the other geishas there had every right to be completely mistrusting or distrusting of him. That was completely fair, but he is right. Like, he would never do that. It's hard for him to accept and believe that he did, because it goes against everything he is. But with the fact that he's already stressed and freaking out over the fact that he's starting to change physically, it's like this is messing with him in a lot of ways. He's now destroyed the canister and is telling Zoro, if I do change, kill me. I would rather be dead than become like them. And Zoro's like, okay, I hear you. So, yeah. I mean, we know it's not going to happen, but I can see the point of that. It just really hammers in Sanji's humanity. I'm still not a huge fan of the idea, though, of him. Excuse me. Of him becoming like his family. I think it does invalidate a lot of what was set up in Whole Cake Island. Like I had said, though, I feel like it's better if it is because of the suit, which it does seem to be. Sanji is saying that he thinks it's because of, like, he had everything within him from birth. It just didn't activate when it was supposed to. But that using the raid suit is what activated it, and that I think that was one of my theories. Um, and it definitely makes sense. But and not even almost, I wanted it to more be along the lines of that when Judge gave the suit, the intent behind it was that it was corrupted and that it would corrupt Sanji. I think that would have been a little more fitting, like, story-wise and character-wise. Because even if you want to believe that just the Germa stuff had not activated in his body prior, it's like there's still the underlying idea that all of his power that we've seen up till now could be because of it. Which would invalidate the entire point of him being stronger because of his humanity. His humanity is what was stated to have made him stronger than his family. If all of his strength secretly comes from these modifications, and he just didn't know it, then it invalidates that. It would mean he's strong because of being a Vinsmoke, because of his family's tech in his body and stuff. Which would go against everything Sanji is as a character and would honestly just kind of suck. It would just not be the best decision, writing-wise. But I don't know. It's like it's not like I'm going to be a fan of everything in One Piece. There have already been things in this series that I'm just not a fan of, like Foxy. But it's just like you have certain things, and it's that you just that are contradictory to previous writings, and it's like, Oda, what are you doing? I really hope that it's explained in a satisfying way. Because otherwise it would just be like this massive downgrade to Sanji's character after, like, literally the arc after giving him massive upgrades to his character. Not counting the Reverie arc, because the Reverie arc is barely an arc. But you know, the whole King Island arc is what I meant. I guess we'll see. But right now, it's a little bit irritating for sure. But yeah, hopefully we'll stick to this a little better going forward, and do the episode a week thing again. But if we ever take weeks off and just need to get to multiple episodes again, it's like we can do that. It doesn't like kill anything to do that. But tell me in the comments below, what are your thoughts on these episodes of One Piece? Let me know down in the comments, and for now, I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.